Reddit ask me anything. I was born blind. Now, thanks to a surgery, I can see. Ask me anything. Any thoughts on your penis? I feel if I was blind and saw my own penis for the first time, I'd be pretty damn confused. LOL. I had touched it, of course, if you know what I mean. But when I saw it, I thought it looked funny and I was laughing at it when I was alone. Some of us do that anyway. My girlfriend does it more than I do. Serious question. Always wondered, how do you know when to stop wiping? Congrats BTW. Well, I just continued wiping until I was sure I was clean. It's generally not too difficult to tell when you're clean based on how it feels. Essentially you just pay attention to how easily toilet paper slides across your butt. Rougher gliders cleaner. That might sound ridiculous but that's how I did it. What was the first thing you saw? And now that you've seen so many things, what was the first thing you wished you saw? Now I kind of wish I had seen the faces of my loved ones first, but they were standing aside from me to not bother the doctor. What did you think of your family when you first saw them? Did you picture how they would look like when you were blind? If so, do they fit your mental picture? My parents have let me touch their faces, so I had some thoughts about what they might look like, but they turned out to be completely different just like everything else. They were smiling and I thought that they're all really nice. What kind of surgery was it and how did it work? What were your first impressions when you were able to see? Very emotional. I was crying for a good while. It was a laser surgery to remove the abnormal blood vessels in my retina. Wasn't blind before, but I had laser eye surgery. Cried when I sat up and could read the time on the wall clock. Went from -10 vision to being able to see in minutes. It's such an emotional thing. It is. It turns your whole world upside down. How did it feel to see yourself in the mirror for the first time? Congratulations by the way. I'm so happy for you. Thanks. It was weird because people had described to me what I looked like, and from feeling my body I thought I was a bit chubby and had large hands and feet, and when I actually saw myself, I was like, wow, a nice guy. But that's not what I thought I looked like at all. That's so awesome. I'm sure people describing how things looked to you before you got the surgery was a hard concept to grasp. Like I've seen people try to describe what it is like to be blind to people who aren't blind. I've heard it's not darkness, but almost like if you held your hand over your eyes. Very, very happy for you. It's very hard to describe what it's like to be blind if you haven't experienced it. Maybe for people who go blind at some point in their lives, it seems like darkness, but if you're blind from birth, it's more like nothingness. You just see nothing, not even darkness. I don't honestly know how to explain it. I read something once where someone was trying to explain blindness. If you close one eye you don't see black or anything at all with that eye. It's just nothingness. That was the best way I've heard it explained. Have you looked at the wonders of the world? Even just a picture? Yet? I imagine it would be kinda hard to grasp without sight. Also, how is it learning to go from Braille to the English alphabet for reading? I had a private teacher who came and is still coming to my house to work with me and teach me English. It wasn't very difficult. I actually grasped it pretty quickly. Now I find it difficult to read Braille. I have seen pictures of them. Yes. What was the one thing you really wanted to do and thought you never could? And have you done it now? Go out alone, without any guidance, and be able to get somewhere on my own. That means so much to me. Can you drive? Not yet, but I want to learn. Imagine what your guide dog would think of you driving. LOL. You ignored the yield sign. Are you ducking blind? I don't want to make you uncomfortable and don't want to guess at your sexuality, but I'm so curious as to how it felt to see someone you were physically attracted to for the first time. Whether it was from a previous relationship or just someone at the grocery store. Was it different having a visual element? Thank you for sharing your experiences. I'm completely fascinated and will probably spend my evening researching this type of game-changing experience. My mother-in-law is deaf and has been contemplating getting a cochlear implant. Honestly, I have never dated in my life and I have never had a romantic relationship with anyone. Because of being blind, I didn't go out a lot, didn't meet a lot of people. I was basically living in my small circle of family and friends. And I was homeschooled and probably no one would want a blind boyfriend anyway. But I'm straight, if you wanted to know that. And maybe one day I'll meet a female I'll feel that kind of attraction to. I feel like there's a having sex with the lights off joke to be made out of that. But TBH, this sparked a bit of curiosity. Would you jerk off? And if so, to what exactly? And also, how long did it take to learn to read words and numbers? Yes, I would. Quite often, to be honest. LOL. Sometimes I remember hearing a nice woman's voice on the streets and that did it for me. It took me a few months. Seeing as how you've spent most of your life reading Braille, which do you prefer? Reading by sight or touch? Sight. Definitely.